Welcome to Ecom Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show. We're coming to you live high atop a beautiful, may I say, Austin, Texas, nestled here in the hills in an undisclosed location. Couldn't tell you if I wanted to, but maybe you'll come and visit us here in studio someday. This lovely show is brought to you by our awesome sponsors, Postscript and AMP. And it's January 5th. It's January 5th, 2026. It's feeling awesome outside. And if it's not feeling awesome outside, you better stay inside and stay tuned to this show. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. But before we get into that, you may be wondering who I am. My name's Chris Hall. I am the one who has been lurking behind the Marlboro Man on the front of this account for many years now, strictly anonymously in 2020, and then a little bit out there, here and there and everywhere thereafter. Stumbled into ecom in 2014, had a couple brands of my own. I've worked at big agencies, I've worked at small agencies, I've been a consultant, I've been a freelancer. I've even been the first hire at a new Shopify store that we scaled it from 7 to just under 9 figures over 24 months. We've experienced a lot of things over the past decade or so. I have myself, but what I've always wanted to do is this right here. I've been top of the org chart. I've been bottom of the org chart. I've been in-house. I've been agency side. I've been on every side. But what I've always wanted to do is this. And you may be wondering, Chris, what do you mean by this? You mean starting a podcast? Everybody can do that at any and all times. You didn't have to wait for just over a decade to do that, my friend. That's not what I mean at all, actually. I don't mean starting a podcast. And the reason I don't mean that is we've got so many awesome podcasts out there in the e-commerce community. Do we not? Do we need another podcast? I don't think so. There's so many, too many good ones. There's E-commerce Fuel, Down to Chat, The Operators, Chew on This, Andrew Ferris, E-commerce Playbook, Tactical and Practical Brain-Driven Brands, The Checkout, My Wife Quit Her Job. There's so many. I don't think we need another podcast. Do you think so? I don't think so either. I heard you echo that. There's so many good pods with so much information. We don't need that. But what we do need is a show. We need a show. If there's anything that we need in e-commerce right now, it is a show. We're in the business of infotainment, my friends, and we're going to dance for our dollar. There's so much good info out there. We need a little more tainment, don't you think? I think so. We need to add a little more attainment to the mix. And there's 3 reasons why this show must exist, okay? It must exist live here daily at 12 p.m. Central. It must exist, number 1, because friends, ladies and gentlemen, our livelihoods depend on us being up to date at the bleeding edge of the ever-changing internet. Does it not? It does. Our paychecks, our mortgages, our rent, food for the wife and kids, ramen noodles for ourselves at times. It all depends on us being at the very tip of the spear with what is changing and happening on the internet every single day. We just want to sell a few things, right? Or many things, but we're trying to get dollars out of others people's pockets into ours and do it in a legal way that everybody wins in the end. And the only constant in our industry is change. Some of us are still trying to get over iOS 14. I mean, and that was umpteen years ago at this point. The only constant in our industry is change. And unfortunately, podcasts are just too slow, guys. And there's a reason why we can only eke out 1, 2, 3 a week. It's because the people that are giving them to us, they've got incredible businesses to run, okay? You should listen to all the pods. Listen to all of them, literally, if you can. Why? Because it's basically free consulting for you whether you're a brand owner, whether you're an agency owner, whether you're a freelancer, whether you're in-house, out of house, uptown, downtown, it's free. It's free. And everybody at the top of the game, they're giving away their secrets, okay? You should listen to all of them, but guys, they got businesses to run, okay? They got businesses to run. So they can only give us so much at so time. And guys, we need real-time information. AI is changing the game. OpenAI wants to swallow the internet. Shopify is building an integration that lets you instant checkout right then and there. The game is changing. The landscape moves. The goalposts move every day, every day. The only constant in our game is change. And so we need real-time information live coming at you here on X and YouTube and LinkedIn and everywhere else. We need it. We need it now. I just, as an example, SimGym, one of Shopify's newest features in their winter editions, I think is incredible. AI simulate whatever A/B tests you want to do anywhere and everywhere and get the answer without even having to go live with your A/B test on the website. That is incredible. I was talking to a good friend of mine who's running an incredible agency the other day, and he was talking to me, hey man, I've got this client who's got this problem, significant client, big client. They want to do this. They're asking me my opinion on this offer or that offer. What do you think we should do? What would you do in my place? And I just told him, SimGym it. SimGym, snap it to a SimGym. Why? He said, SimGym, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. He said, you never heard of that? No, he had never heard of it. And why? Because he's busy running a business. The guy's working 80 hours a week. He's got an incredible business. They're scaling it to the moon, but he hadn't heard of SimGym. Why? Because he can't be on the internet all the time. But good news for you, I can be. I've burned all my boats, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be here for you. Every day, every weekday. No, not on the weekends. Okay, touch a little grass on the weekends. But every weekday at 12 p.m. Central, we're going to be covering what's here and now, what's now and next in e-commerce, so marketers and operators like you can survive and thrive. That's what we're doing. Our livelihood depends on being up to date. That's why we need to be here daily, covering the current thing. Number two, the reasons why this show must exist. Guys, I've heard, not my opinion, but I have heard sometimes e-com content can be a little boring. I've heard that and long. And this is not anybody's fault, okay? It's not anybody's fault, okay? It's the nature of the thing itself. It's the nature of our business. You know, we're spreadsheet people. We're in the weeds people, okay? And sometimes it necessitates us living in those weeds to mine the gold therein. And I would say, I bet you can hear me a lot better now. I would say that in order for us to be up to date, getting all of the present news, being at the very forefront of what's happening on the internet, the content needs to not be boring as much as possible. We need to stay high level. And we need to go down and get those nuggets, okay? But we can't stay there and live there too long lest we all fall asleep on the job, okay? And I hope that you will be listening to this while you're on the job, because it's going to make you better, make you smarter. So we're going to keep short segments. We're going to bring people on. Rabah is coming on, former CMO of Triple Whale, former CMO of Vermont. Rabah is coming. He's going to give us his boldest predictions, but we're not going to keep him on here for 2 hours, okay? 15 minutes. We're going to get the nugs. We're going to give them to you, put them in your pocket, and then we're going to move on. We're going to talk about what else is happening today. I think I'm having a good hair day, by the way. I agree. Thirdly, okay, why does this show, why does it have to exist? Guys, working from a laptop, especially by yourself, remote at the house. I know there's a lot of benefits from being remote, but can we just be real, you and me? Just look in my eyes right now. We both know it's a little sad. It's a little sad. All office and no human contact makes Chris a sad boy. And I know it does you too. Okay. And a lot of us are working from a laptop, maybe in Bali or maybe in Southern California or somewhere else on a jet, making it happen all across the interwebs with Elon's internet in space. But it can get lonely. Nobody likes that. There needs to be a common place and space where you can come and not be lonely. Little companionships. Why I first started listening to podcasts, because it felt like somebody else was there with me, but also not just listen, but actually interact. If you've got good points, you should reply. You should put it in the chat. And if you've got a really good point, you should come on the show, even like right now. We'll bring you on the show live. Okay. Of course, we'll do it next day and other things like that. But the point is, don't be sad. Don't be sad. Don't be lonely. There's benefits. There's benefits to getting together, congregating, interacting, and being brought on the show. I would even say this really kind of, it's why I started D2C Supper Club, just a little gathering, every few months, quarterly, steaks, downtown, talking shop. I got a little kick in the rear end from Nick Shackelford. I was saying there needs to be more events and more dinners and more things here so we can get together. Everything's happening in SoCal and New York City, all those places like that. He said, you do it. He gave me a holy rebuke. He said, big boy, you do it, cowboy. Cowboy up and do it yourself. There's plenty of people that'll get together. There's plenty of people that want to pay for your steak too. And so I did it. And it was awesome. And we're going to do more of that. It may or may not be that we've got a little get together with some of our Shopify friends in Q1. It may or may not be that we've got a little get together with our Amazon friends, Amazon Buy with Prime in Q2. You'll have to stay tuned and see. But in that spirit of just do it, this show now exists. Welcome. We're going to be here. We're going to be here every day, all day. We're doing this for you. That's the real of it. I felt at the front of the show, especially episode 1, we should tell the good people why we're here and why we're doing this. We're doing it for you. I always wanted this to exist and I had to do it. I had to make it happen. Stay up to date. Know before your boss does. Or if you are the boss, know before your team does. It's going to make you look really smart. Going to make you look cutting edge. People are going to think, wow, what an incredible person I work for, or what an incredible person I hired. Number 2, don't be bored while you learn, while you work. Nobody likes that. Boredom probably leads to early deaths. Nobody wants that. Okay. I don't want it. You don't want it. Number 3, don't be lonely. Don't be lonely. Interact, post. You are the media now. Hey, if you put out something that everybody should see, we are going to feature it. It happened just yesterday. Alex P. Alex, I've never met you and I wish that I had. I agree with Aaron Orendorff. You do have an awesome newsletter. That's why we're going to talk about it today. And we're going to get into what you had to say. Okay. I subscribed. I wasn't able to get this last newsletter, but I did get to see a little window into it from Aaron Orendorff's post, AO, my good friend. So we're going to cover it today. You are the media now. What's happening on X is what everybody on LinkedIn and other places will find out several days or several weeks from now. I believe that we've got a special guest with us right now. Is that right? Okay, wait, don't let him in. Don't let him in yet. We need to welcome him, right? We need to welcome him. I think he needs a good welcome. Everybody, put your hands together. Or are you going to do it or am I going to do it? You're going to do it? You do it. I'll do it. Let me do it. There we go. Rabah, get in here, Rabah.
Let's go.
Look at you.
Let's go.
We're not star-crossed friends. We're really only a few miles apart. But I have to say that your background is looking pretty awesome right now.
Yeah, we got some. This is probably the #1 campaign, in my opinion, for SaaS. These guys, Runway, wrapped a $100 bill around hot sauce. Impeccable. We got a throwback to the OG, the Whaleys, some Fermod, and then the kicks behind me. So,
Rabah, I have been to many events in my day. And I have been to many of your events in my day, and I'm not just trying to gas you up right now, but the Whaley's was at the top, big
It's the
boy.
best. It was
I
the
mean, top of the heap,
it
you
was
know? I
special.
it's special, special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are more events to come, but man, that one is top of mind for me. I still hadn't forgot it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was you know what's funny about it, man? It was when we were doing it and we got the budget for it and everything. I remember I don't get anxious or freaked out about anything. I'm a PTPer, baby. I'm trying to be pro. And I remember I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is insane. Like this is going to be either the best or the worst event and we're just going to ride with it." And what was crazy is I stole a shout out from Nick Shackelford. He did a Telegram group for one of his things. I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And for people that don't know, we threw it in February. For the most part, the weather in Austin is beautiful in February, and we just caught a freak ice storm.
Except for that one weekend. Yeah, exactly.
I,
Where it
I
felt more like Indiana. I
oh
mean,
my
it felt like
gosh.
we're under a blizzard or something.
Let's go Hoosiers. And it was crazy because people were treating it like Coachella or something. People were flying into Dallas and Houston and driving down. I had to stay, my condo's power was out. So I actually had to stay in a hotel. It was special, man. It was really the Whaley's part. Well, it's still going now too. So it's cool
Still
to
going.
see. Yeah, it's cool to
Yeah,
see that. But I
still
appreciate
going.
that. But I agree
Absolutely.
with you. I'm biased, obviously, but that was a real one. It was great.
I would say when it comes to we are in bold predictions season
Yes,
right
yes,
now, Rabah.
yes.
I mean, we are. It's 2026. I mean, I've been seeing big lists come out from this guy, that guy. It's bold prediction season.
Indeed.
And when it comes, I've been following. I keep up. When you tweet, I pay attention. I don't have notifs turned on, but I pay attention. And you, I think, have agreed solidly with several bold predictions, especially related to what I would call you an authority in
Oh,
several times. One of them being anything related to SaaS and SaaS marketing. In my
okay.
mind, I don't know anybody and everybody, but you're one of the dogs that you
Let's
got to
go.
keep in your pocket here.
Okay.
Anybody who, SaaS, what? I want to blow up. You got to have Rabah here in your pocket. I was looking at this tweet that you quoted, you agreed with from Nick Pattison. I don't
Yeah.
know Nick. I don't know him from Adam, but you agreed with what he said here. Prediction for 2026: as AI flattens the cost of building software and floods the market with new tools, exceptional branding becomes the most valuable lever in business. It's how customers decide who to trust fast. Brand designers are in a uniquely powerful spot. This being incredibly helpful for the time that we're in as AI does what it does. Just
Yeah.
give me your perspective on this, having built the image for Vermont, having built the image for Triple Whale. Give me
Yeah.
your perspective on this.
Yeah. First off, the set and the stage and the production value. I
Okay,
mean, I
brother,
feel
we got
like
to
I'm on
do.
a
We got
NPR
to.
podcast or something. We got a ticker down here. I mean,
We
this
got to
is
do what we do,
this
big
is
boy.
exquisite. So first off, kudos to you. Hats off. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see where everything goes. When you think about what makes up brand, the best line I've heard from brand was from Scott Galloway, Professor Scott Galloway, and brand is just diligence.
Mm.
I just know what I'm going to get. And when you think about what AI is doing, it's getting really interesting because brand was always important, but there was such a strong product vector in a lot of verticals that product differentiation could actually be the thing that you built around. Whereas AI is really starting to commoditize a lot of products. And ironically, when you have a commoditized vertical, brand becomes actually the product differentiation. And
Right.
that's where it gets really interesting. Furthermore, I think it's even more interesting as AI starts to eat up more and more of the value in the value chain that is implementation, basically transferring designers and brand people into implementation. That value is kind of shifting to even more brands. So I think this is the best time in the world to have taste. I think taste is going to be, it's
Taste.
always been really, really important, but taste is also the one thing AI will never be able to do. And that's also something that really interests me, where AI will be automated. The best AI will be automated up to the point of taste. And so you'll still need people, but previously, from the marketing lens, once you got to certain run rates, call it 10, 20 million, you kind of just had to hire B and C players, because you just needed hands. Like, you couldn't have the focus of your killers be, you wouldn't use cannon to kill a mosquito kind of stuff. And now you're seeing that with AI, you don't have to hire these B and C people. And so instead of having a marketing team of 30, you might have 5 to 10 killers that you can pay really well. Because that was the other part, is like the economics just didn't make sense to you. You just can't have a team of everybody getting paid $250,000, $300K a year. Just the economics just don't work. But now you're seeing that you can have a team of 5 to 7 people take a company to 50, 100 million. And so that's what gets really, I think, really interesting to me, is that this is the best time to be incredible and the worst time to be average, unfortunately.
Something you said there really stuck out to me, especially inside of commoditized categories where a lot of the tools are basically doing the same thing. Of course, there's always going to be a few technological advantages for certain players in certain spaces for at least some amount of time. Maybe AI kills all of that eventually.
Right.
But as a buyer, brand side, I think something you said really makes sense. Ultimately, I think it kind of comes down to a brand choice for who do I as a buyer want to associate myself with?
Exactly.
Who do I like? For me, that comes down to when I'm actually on the call, or I'm in person, or I'm at this event, place, and space. Who do I actually like being around? Who do I want to deal with? Who do I want to be seen as being associated with? That comes down to taste. It comes down to likability. It comes down to brand. Is that fair?
I think it's exactly right. The other kind of adage about brand is what people say about your company when you're not around. It's kind of the corollary of character. Character is what people say about you when you're not around. I think that's exactly right. It's spot on. And I think it's a huge, huge opportunity for a lot of people that are just really caught up in the weeds in how do we drive performance? How do we do it? Be a human, man. Make emotional connections. Make people feel good. Make people want to be like, at the end of the day, marketing at the top, brand marketing, performance, all of it comes down to jobs to be done and emotion. Jobs to be done. Do you understand why people are hiring your product? And emotion. Are you the cool kid? Are you the people that people want to say proudly? Like, that was one of the coolest things about making merch for a lot of the SaaS companies I worked for, is who wants to wear SaaS merch? I mean, no shade at OpenAI, but that's some of the worst merch I've ever seen in my life, and they have more money than God. So it's like, what are we doing here? But at the end of the day, if somebody's going to put, like, this is my alma mater, right? Like, you would have your UP stuff on. Like, you want to be proud of the things that you put on your body and you show, because you want to say, hey, look, I did this. I went to the school that is now the #1 team in the country, that won the Big Ten, that has a Heisman. Like, and so it's the same thing with brand. You just don't want to have bad associations. And I think it's very under indexed on, in specific, in B2B SaaS, because B2B SaaS has so many smart people. But I might catch some shade from this, but the worst marketers, the best marketers are in D2C, because they have to be. SaaS is a bunch of money. You can just throw money at things. And when you have problems, when you have money, you really don't have problems. You just have to understand how much resources you want to throw at that problem. And that's where I think SaaS has a ton of opportunity to grow. And the economics work. Like, that was one of my favorite parts about B2B SaaS with D2C companies being our clients, was I had this daddy money, but I got to hang out with the coolest, best, smartest people doing really interesting things. So I think you're going to see, I think Ramp does it the best. Notion's right up there. Claude is actually, Anthropic's doing some really interesting things. And I think it's going to be really fascinating to see how brand actually plays out in those frontier models, because that race is kind of done. So now you're just talking about brand differentiation. Sure, there's going to be some cool product stuff, but these are some of the smartest people. This is what cracks me up, where Gemini is incredible. Google's AI is fantastic, but their marketing teams, again, no shade, but a little bit of sleep at the wheel. They have such an incredible Notebook LM is incredible. Gemini is incredible. Nano Banana is incredible. And like, unless you're really deep in the weeds, you don't hear anything about it.
I think that's totally fair. You shared a one-liner with me probably a year ago that I have not forgotten. When you're putting on events, I think this is applicable for marketing, D2C, B2B, etc. I think it's applicable in all places. You either want to be the rich kid or you want to be the cool kid. And even better if you can be both.
That's the goal, man.
There are some that are both.
That is absolutely the goal. And that's it, man. You want to be. Here's the thing: if you're not the cool kid, but you're the rich kid, you don't get invited to the party. You know how you hack that? You throw the effing party.
You throw the party,
and then everybody comes to you, and then you can start to be the cool kid. And if you're the cool kid, then you're like, hey, you find the rich friend that has the cool house that can pay for the booze, but you can invite the pretty people to come and party with you. So I think it's a bit crass, but on the nose in terms of what event marketing is really about.
I want to get your perspective on Manus. Am I saying that right?
Manus Maxi forever.
So you also gave a bold prediction about peptides being the biggest consumer category of 2026. I don't even really know what peptides are, other than I know you're swole and you're getting in better shape every day. And so whatever they are, I need to get on them. But let's move forward to Manus. Am I saying that right, Rabah?
Yeah. I mean, I believe so. I don't think it's like a Klaviyo kind of thing. It's Manus is pretty straightforward.
When Zuck bought this, I literally had never even heard of it. I'd never even heard of it. And so then, Taylor Holiday starts going off about how, this is the future for telling Facebook what you want. And then the ad buying automatically happens. And then you come out with this. You've been using it. I mean, this is the best all-purpose AI out there. Just give me your perspective on why this is a huge win for Facebook and hopefully a huge win for marketers in general for 2026.
Yeah. So Manus is really interesting because Manus is more of a agent architecture orchestration platform, less of like OpenAI uses, or ChatGPT uses the OpenAI models, Claude uses the Anthropic models, etc. What Manus does is really cool. Is it essentially has, you can think of agents, you can think of like basically a routing system, for lack of a better term, and then whatever the request is, it'll use the best model for what have you. And so what I find, that's why it's kind of the best all-purpose, because it uses the right model for the right thing and then combines everything together. So it can take really complex asks and do really interesting things. Why I think it's a great buy for Facebook is because it is not model dependent. Facebook is so behind in AI that ideally, I think and I'm reading the tea leaves here a little bit, but ideally what's going to happen is they can eventually get Llama to Facebook's model to a place of actually being awesome, and then just plug that into the back end versus like they use, I forget Alibaba's model, they use Anthropics, they use a whole myriad of models that basically compiles all the outputs for you. So that's why I think it's really interesting, where it's in a way model agnostic. Another way to think of it is this car can run on all sorts of different gasoline, and Facebook wants it to run on Llama gasoline, but Llama is not that good yet.
I see.
And they're throwing a bunch of money at it. I mean, that's oversimplifying things. The bigger thing is the agent orchestration that they have built at Manus is just top notch. It is the best. And again, because it's not tied to a certain model where Google has to use Gemini, Anthropic, or Claude has to use Anthropics, they can do so much more because they can use the best of the best for everything. And so that's what really excites me. And it is the best all-purpose AI, hands down. There's just nothing better that I've used out there.
So not only can we use it now, it exists. We can use it now. It's not like there's
Or
it's
not
not.
it's very good.
It's very good for what I or somebody else wants to do, but also Zuck has seen like this is going to enhance, enable, build executable infrastructure for what we're already doing inside of Facebook. This is going to make that, give that jet fuel, and hopefully bring them forward into the forefront in everything in regards to AI. Is that fair?
That's exactly, or that's the bet for me, is that they need some semblance of a deployment service, and Llama is not good enough. So now they have a little bit of breathing room where Manus can keep going. And as the Llama model gets better, they can keep plugging it in. Because if you see the next thing down there, it's also, Zuck was throwing crazy money at some of the best brains in AI. And with this acquisition, one could, I don't want to say assume, but you could infer that those bets have not panned out or have not panned out fast enough.
Rabah, I know that you are a busy man and you got a number of things on your plate. Before you go, would you just give us 30 seconds on what you're doing next? We're all waiting with bated breath, my brother. We know. I checked your profile. You're about to be in your content era. You are in your content era. You're about to be in your course era. Give us a little bit on what's coming next.
Yeah. So right now I'm doing some consulting for some really cool clients. I'm going to go to Europe in March. I'm going to ride the Orient Express. So that's been a dream of mine. So that's going to be really fun. And launching a course. Follow me on Twitter for all the deets there. And then I'm over on MentorPass if you want to book some hours with me. And then I'm going to start a company, finally make a bet on myself. So I'll start doing a little fundraising when I get back from Europe, and build some really cool stuff with some really cool people, generate some shareholder value, and hopefully come back on here once I've raised my round and tell you even more.
Absolutely. Whatever you are going to charge anybody on anything, I hope you just add a zero on the end, my friend, because you're worth it. You're worth it.
You're such a beautiful human. But yeah, there's some commas in the price tag, so don't get sticker shock.
Okay, all right. Rabah Rahil, everybody, thanks for coming on the show, brother. We appreciate it.
Chris, appreciate you, brother. Bye.
Okay, we'll see you. I think we need to. Yeah, bring the man in. Everybody, now a face that everyone knows and loves. This is my partner in crime.
Let's go, dude.
It's not Rabah. It says it's Rabah, but it's not. It's Colin Doherty. It's Colin Doherty. Carson, can you change that overlay so that we can get Rabah off there? Colin, I have long wanted to do this together, and I know that we have, but now in a little more concentrated way. Is that fair? Are you excited, or am I the only one?
Super pumped up. That's super fair. Absolutely incredible first guest, Rabah, just coming in with the haymakers and the best takes out of the gate. I was watching backstage and I was like, this guy's perfect. I love it.
He is perfect. And I'm excited to see what comes next after he gets off the Orient Express, which I imagine was a pretty hefty bill, I would imagine. But I think he can afford it. Can afford it.
Yeah.
Now what we've got is news. We've got news, and there's a lot of news to cover. How long can I keep you here, Colin? I mean, 1, 2, 3 hours, or you still have a job? You got an important job. 5 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I was blown away. By what we all saw. At least I hope we saw. And if you haven't seen it, you're seeing it now. What happened with our friend Maduro? Not a political show. Okay. That needs to be said. Yeah. This is not a political show. Okay. But something really important happened in the D2C space. Go ahead, Carson. Crazy. Our good friend, our good friend Jocko Willink, Venezuelan leader Maduro, he's taken in the night, not quite taken 1 or taken 2, but a form of taken. And he arrives in the United States, and lo and behold, look at what he is wearing. My man, he's not my man, but he is wearing a hoodie from Origin, that's like Build It in America Extraordinaire in Maine.
Yeah.
led by Jocko Willink, who is the dude of dudes. And we get this tweet here. Did you see this morning?
Yeah, I saw this.
I mean, and I'll read it to you guys. We've got supporters at Origin, BJJ, American Made Gear in every branch of service and every agency of the government. I'm looking forward to meeting the Patriot, all capitals Patriot, that put this Origin built by Freedom hoodie on Maduro and hearing the story. Thanks for your service and bravo Zulu. Now I'm not a Navy SEAL. So I don't know what Bravo Zulu means, but what was your thoughts when you saw this?
Absolutely crazy. I mean, also the first photo that they released of him, that Nike tech suit, Nike's sold out of that. By the way,
No, really?
they completely sold out of that colorway. So I don't know. And I saw a great take on this. It's like, do you think Nike should lean into this and then start to like run with the narrative a bit? Because the whole thing has just been completely sold out, which is bananas that this is like a market mover.
So I saw some back and forth on that too. He was like in several different suits. He was in the Nike suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw people saying like, hey, we don't do tracksuits anymore. It's quarter zips
Q-zip,
only, which I see that you're wearing a Q-zip right now.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
on you. And then I saw several different iterations here. People were wondering, oh, this is all AI generated because it's been in so many different outfits. But then we've got my man here in Origin. And one would think if Nike's selling out of their tracksuits, I would also think that Origin's hoodie is completely gone. I mean, do you think so?
For sure. 100%.
I don't know. I mean, if I was Jocko, I guess my initial thought is maybe I don't want Maduro wearing my Origin. You know, maybe I want the SEALs wearing it. But if it ends up being sales for him at the end of the day, I guess we're good. You know, I guess it's a benefit for all.
Yeah, it's the age-old adage of like no press is bad press. And the whole key to D2C these days is just distribution and cost of distribution. Can you get it as low as physically possible? And this was just like a freebie teed up to Jocko. Like he's not product seeding this out to somebody. And it's like, hey, you're my buddy. Do you mind if we can do a quick outfit change? And like trying to do like a turn. This is just a total just random, serendipity type of thing that happened. And so you get this crazy knock-on effects of this is actually a market mover for them.
So you're saying you don't think Jocko did a little product seeding either to Maduro or to the SEALs who happen to be in top secret execution mode.
He's got him on the phone.
Hey, bro. Bravo Zulu. Get that hoodie on him for those cheap CPMs. Probably that did not happen.
Definitely not. No.
But hey, the cheap CPMs, I mean, I think we'll take them nonetheless,
100%.
I saw this tweet. This I think is incredibly relevant to everybody who's on Twitter in the D2C community, whether they hang out on Twitter or not, wherever they should be, but they should be on X.
For sure.
Alex P. What is Alex? What's Alex's last name? Do you know? I just know her as, hey, it's Alex P.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so I don't want to mess it up.
Okay, I don't want to mess it up either. But
she's genius, by the way.
She is a genius. Yeah. She's a genius. I think anytime you hear her talk, one time I heard her talk on a podcast. I don't know who it was, but there's just something in the delivery there. You can tell big brain, lots of experience. There's pearls of wisdom pouring forth here. I better take notes and pay attention. Okay. She has a newsletter. As some people don't know that. I have known it for some time. I confess that I have not been a subscriber until this morning. Do you need to confess also, Colin?
Well, I used to be a subscriber because
that's even worse.
I know it's even worse. But but I was reading it a ton when I was at Triple Whale because she was just working so deeply with us. and I was seeing all of her super amazing takes. And she also did a podcast with the recent guest that we just had on, Rabah.
Oh, really?
And Rabah came out of that podcast and was like, that was one of the most thoughtful, in-depth conversations that I've had with anyone in so long about the current state of e-commerce and D2C. And she just provides so much, she provides so much nuance where she will think about an issue fully. And then loop it back into everything else.
I totally agree. This newsletter seems in response. 7 harsh truths about retention marketing. Alex, you should come on this show and talk about your newsletter, and you should talk about this post also.
For sure.
But she's writing in response to our good friend Sean Frank's meme here. POV, average D2C brand, 100% jacked up on acquisition, and then a little bit weak on the retention. Give us the next one here, Carson. I got this from Aaron's post because I only subscribed this morning, but I thought this was incredible. Retention is actually a merchandising issue. I mean, do you think of that when you think about retention? Do you think, oh, it's a merchandising issue? I don't.
I don't have that framework where I was thinking about it at all towards the merchandising issue.
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. What is the number one reason that customers churn? It's not because your web page is slow. It's not because your CTA buttons are the wrong color. It's not even because they forgot you exist, although that is a big one. The number one reason your customers churn is you don't have anything else they want to buy.
Fair.
That could be a product acceptance issue. They didn't like their first purchase, or it was mid enough to be forgettable. A lack of return request doesn't automatically translate into deep brand love, but more often than not, it's a merchandising issue. Brands selling a single hero product, brands selling a multi-product assortment that is not congruent with the hero, brands unknowingly killing off supporting products that are driving repeat purchases. The brands with the highest repeat rates are most profitable LTV built retention into the product line before they send a single email. Email is always what I think with retention. I don't think about merchandising. And I think she makes a great point here. The hard work, to me, this really reinforces a principle when it comes to marketing. The hard work of marketing is all done before you ever say a single thing. It's done in product development. That's where the hard work is done. Figuring out your customer, their persona, what they want, what they might like, even if they do like you and haven't forgotten about you. What other products could you put forth that would actually increase the amount of dollars they pull out of their wallet for you? I thought this was a great point.
100%. I completely agree with it too. I mean, you are really trying to figure out how your customer is going through life. And if you can nail the next product that they need from you, and it's a perfect product market fit, and they have the dollars to spend on you, that's exactly what you want in life. You know what I mean? You're just taking them on this customer journey of all of the different products that you're hopefully releasing that are helping this customer go on that journey with your brand.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At least 70%. This is your point number 2. I guess the rest of the point got cut off, but many thanks to AO for capturing the screenshot for us. At least 70% of LTV is determined pre-purchase. A lot of your one and done customers are simply too broke to repeat purchase or don't care about your category enough. Speaking of LTV, we need to mention one of our proud sponsors here. We need to mention AMP.
Let's go.
You know, AMP, a lot of you guys, you know AMP, but you know it by another name. You probably know it by Lifetimely. Lifetimely by AMP. Lifetime is just one of the products that AMP makes. Deep insights into the P&L, CAC, LTV, your customer behavior. The thing that I love most about it is that it's bringing everything into one little place. I mean, I think you probably remember, Colin, in your brand days before you sold Cam Skins, you've got data everywhere. Somebody's telling you this, somebody's telling you that. You live in spreadsheets. I would highly recommend not doing that as much as possible because it'll wall your eyes over. You look at that screen too much. I mean, it just becomes unhealthy. You need to go outside, touch some grass, eat some pizza, make a friend, talk to someone. The great thing about AMP Lifetimely, and its other products too, allows you to just have everything all in one place, a nice, pretty dashboard. If you're low on the totem pole, talk about board level reporting. You just take Boss Man right over here. Oh, how's all our numbers doing? Great. You just look at this right here. Look at how I've got this organized, right? Remember, I am your warm blanket of confidence for everything that we got going on in this business. That's the kind of stuff that Lifetimely provides. Highly recommend. I'm glad they're part of the show. And that's really not all they do. They've got upsell, they've got back in stock. The point is, make it easy on yourself and scale with confidence. Is that fair, Colin? Am I way out in left field?
Super fair. You want to have everything all together. Data everywhere is a nightmare. And you're just going to go crazy as a founder or a brand marketer if you have to spend your days wrangling data.
No wrangling. Nobody
want
wants that.
No.
Okay. On to our next story. I thought this was, I would say, how would I say it? We're going on to the toy manufacturers. Did you see this in our?
I didn't see this.
Oh, brother. Toy manufacturers, around 50% of small to mid-sized toy manufacturers say, okay, that they may be going out of business in 2026. Due to tariffs, I think mainly the point is they're due to tariffs. Now, this was brought together by a group that is lobbying on behalf of toy manufacturers. So I would assume they're happy that group exists and is speaking on their behalf, but not so comforting.
Definitely not. I mean, this kind of reminds me that there's just like so many key power players within the toy industry. When I think of toys, I think of Lego, and then I immediately jump to licensing agreements, like your Bluey of the world, your, Rescue Rangers of the world. And those, I think, probably dominate 90% of the marketplace and the headspace for children. So you're trying to get these little toy manufacturers to jump into the headspace while Lego and all of these folks are spending billions of dollars to influence a YouTube algorithm to make sure that they love Bluey so much. Like it's a hard game. That's a hard game.
It is a hard game. I think here with this survey, I think small is 10 million or below.
Yeah.
What they're calling medium is 100 million or below. I've got 4 kids myself. I do know there are a lot of toys out there.
Yeah.
I personally don't have any resolutions for our friends right now, but I think the cry for help is being made known, and hopefully things in 2026 shape up a little healthier for the bottom line. We don't want half of all the U.S. toy industry going under.
No.
I will say though, on the other side, a ray of hope, not for our toy manufacturing friends here stateside necessarily, but a ray of hope that I just discovered. I did not know this woman and her company existed. Kaya Rhodes. Have you heard of her?
No, I've just seen her on Twitter a little bit.
Oh, brother. Anatar, which when I first heard it, I thought that's got to be like Anduril. She's like making weapons or something. She's putting rockets into space.
Yeah.
I just thought like she is like in that category of
for sure.
forming the future, which I actually think she is. But she's doing it with different tools and for different products than war making. She's doing it with clothes. She's doing it with apparel. Carson, will you go to her website? Her website is fantastic. I mean, it is reshaping the apparel industry. And scroll down for us a little bit. Anatar is in, let's look at this. Anatar is in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, they integrate design, manufacturing, distribution, and commerce into a concept to consumer solution for leading brands. Keep going. Okay, if you keep scrolling here, she's making clothes in the United States, U.S. manufacturing, Loom OS. Okay, there is an operating system called Loom OS with vertical integration, and the more words and terms that just come forth at me here, the fancier this feels to me, and it makes me want to make clothes. It makes me want to make clothes and sell apparel in the United States. She exists. I did not know that she existed, but I want to know more about Anatar. I admit, I kind of thought the whole manufacturing thing in America was just kind of a pipe dream, but it looks like she's doing it. What's your impression of what she's doing?
This seems like playing the game on the hardest level possible.
Oh
like,
gosh.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I could muster up the fight to try to fix US made manufacturing, because tackling that problem sounds like such a logistics nightmare and a cogs nightmare. Like, for all of this to make sense for the bottom line, kudos to her, because she is probably a math wizard, because all of these numbers have to make sense from the closest penny, probably. Like, I would be extremely curious the operating margins she's going with this, because that is a rough road to try to travel.
I've made a few goods in my day.
Yeah,
I think the frustrating thing, I'm just talking my own experience here. Okay. Frustrating thing, you're WhatsApping with somebody 12 hours ahead on the other side of the world. Okay. English, not their first language. That's okay. No problem. But it's a pain point. I don't know any other languages but English. Okay. And sometimes I struggle with that. And you're trying to navigate, like, how does this work? Okay, what are the prices? And now that doesn't look right. Twist this, change that. You get the thing. It took weeks to get here. Then you look at it and you're like, this is not what I wanted. Yeah. You got to try and talk back to them. If there's somebody who's got the machinery that could send us to space here in Atlanta, Georgia, that can help me make the kind of t-shirts and hats and jeans and things that I want to make, I mean, I'm game in. I think we need to talk to this. I think we need to talk to Kaya. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Is it Kaya?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean,
it's gotta be Kaya.
So for context, I used a U.S. local manufacturer in Charleston, South Carolina.
You did?
To build up Camskins. And so I understand U.S. manufacturing, and like, there's the flip side to what you just said with the WhatsApp and all of that, where, if you want to do some changes, you want to have a little powwow, it's a text away, it's a call, or you can just jump into the actual, you go and see, you go check things out, you go down and you see what's going on the factory floor. It's really, really powerful. If you have the margin as a brand owner, and if you have the margin as a company to do this, I would highly recommend it. But if you don't, if you're playing with really tight margins and you're trying to do, like, quote unquote fast fashion, it's not going to work. But if you're really trying to make something incredible, you're trying to do a really incredible luxury product, I think it's a home run for it.
We need to talk to Kaya.
Kaya, get her on.
This is my call.
Curious.
This is my call. Colin and I this is our call. We want to talk to you.
Yeah.
We'll go to Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
If we need to. I like Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm down.
We can get a corny dog at the Varsity if we go to Atlanta, Georgia, in addition to a myriad of Chick-fil-A's. But this is our call. You come on the show. We want to talk U.S. manufacturing and what you're doing. And if you can show us all the cool, I want to know what Loom OS is. Okay. Just the fact that you named it that, I'm in. Okay.
I'm in.
Have you seen what's happening? Did you see this with Reddit? Did you see what's going on with Reddit?
What they just launched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. let's read it for the folks here. Reddit is rolling out its own AI-powered media buying tool aimed at wooing performance advertisers. Are there any performance advertisers in the house? Yes.
We all are.
And tackling transparency complaints that have plagued similar tools from competitors, unveiled at the CES Technology Conference in Las Vegas on Monday. That's today. Max Campaign automates targeting, bidding, and creative optimization for advertisers on Reddit Ads Manager. The tool is designed to simplify campaign setup while leaning on what Reddit calls its key differentiator. Okay, I'm interested. A trove of user-generated conversations or Reddit community intelligence. Their VP of ads product says they're excited about it. They want to capitalize on growing performance ad momentum. Give me your take. I've got mine, but let's just say you're in-house. Let's say you're advertising for a brand that's doing 50 million plus. In some way, Reddit is relevant to you and you're thinking about giving some dollars there. Does this appeal to you?
Absolutely.
It does?
Not even a question.
Okay, tell me more.
Okay. I think that, and I would love this, is there need to be better challengers and more viable channels to both Google and Meta so that you can differentiate and diversify off of these two main platforms, which probably take up, let's be realistic, 80 to 90% of your ad spend.
Yeah, of course.
If there comes a challenger like Reddit or Pinterest or Snapchat, and they really tuned that model up, or X. I would love if X was a really great media buying platform.
For sure.
For product. I am all for this because competition then reduces CPCs. So if we start to have, Reddit, we can start to allocate budget away from Google. We're not doing really well on Google. Let's allocate some budget to Reddit. I love this. I absolutely couldn't love this more.
Okay. You talked me into it a little bit. Okay.
Let's go.
You talked me into it a little bit. Here's
go.
what I would say at the jump. Maybe I'm so meta coded.
You are.
Maybe I'm just so D2C broham in the soup, that I'm just like all meta all the time, and maybe a little bit for TikTok Shop, and maybe let's experiment with TikTok Shop. Let's see what Google can bring, but we got to watch it. Not too much brand spin. Maybe I'm just a little too meta coded. I do agree with you that if there are some other great advertising platforms for what we do on a daily basis, that's great. Everybody wins.
Exactly.
Everybody wins. But in the here and now, on January 5th, 2026, having experienced Reddit a good bit, I'm just thinking everybody's going to hate seeing my ad on there anyway. They're going to downvote me. They're going to hate on me. I don't know if I want to give a little mashugana over there to Reddit. At first blush, I just question, oh gosh, should we try it? That's my first big question mark. But in principle, I'm for it. I want it to happen. I want X, especially X. We're live on X right now. I want X to turn into an e-commerce powerhouse advertising platform. This is my call to Elon and Nikita right now. Please make X an e-commerce powerhouse for advertising. I think your point is well taken. I want it to work. I hope it works. I think right now I would probably let somebody else take the first step. And then see, how did it go? Maybe I'll give you some dollars thereafter. I'm a little hesitant right now.
For sure. I mean, what happens if you start to test this out and your CPAs are half of Meta and Google?
Oh, well, sure.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm all for that.
I'm all for that.
I'll take that every day and 5 times on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. So like as an agency owner, if you're in the know and you're plugged into this and you bring this to your client and you're like, hey, I can get you in this beta. By the way, we just started that beta 2 weeks ago. your CPA's dropped in half. How do you look to that client as an agency owner now? You're a genius. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy just brought us this cool beta, and he dropped our CPAs in half with this new tool from Reddit. Like, all of my friends aren't even on it yet.
Yeah,
this is amazing. Like, there's this level. Exactly.
I would say here's and you can take Reddit away here, Carson. Here's somebody that I know has crushed on this, that I am now I may be their biggest fan. That's AppLovin. I confess, this time a year ago, I was a little like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see. Well, I have waited, and I have seen, and I have dipped my toes, and I'm just saying, for some of us out there, AppLovin may actually be your best buy. It may be the best place to acquire your customer, especially if you're targeting a certain kind of customer who's always playing Candy Crush. Maybe they're, ladies of the boomer generation. I don't know. but for certain companies, your best buy may be on AppLovin. I think they're not just a flash in the pan. I see them as an incredible. It's going to be, people are going to see them as the three now. It's going to be Meta, it's Google, it's AppLovin, but don't sleep on AppLovin. If you're still asleep on AppLovin, you should wake up. You should wake up, because there's a lot of profit to be had there, and I'm very glad that they exist. Am I too much?
No, dude. Look at AppLovin stock price for the last, I don't know, 3 to 5 years.
Is it up?
Up and to the right. They're crushing it, because I think there's this like we just talked about, there's this kind of ocean for a third player to come in here and really start to take some dollars away. And if AppLovin's the answer, it's very reflective in their stock price, because it is screaming up. So
good on them.
I think I had the same exact take with you probably a year ago. I was like, I'm not sure. I don't know how feasible this is. Flash in the pan. And now you see it's really cemented itself as like, hey, we are starting to spend 15 to 20% of our total marketing budget here. And it's working.
It's working. Yeah, that's the key point. And it's working. I think that is AppLovin going to be at bars, no commerce's D2Ski? Do we know that? I don't
think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Everybody should barrage bars DMs right now. You should go and find search bar at no commerce, and you should tell him, I want to come to D2Ski and I want to talk to AppLovin in person. You should do that. Number one, because I think it's going to be in Aspen. I think that's where they have D2Ski, right?
Unreal event.
Only bar could pull this off. He lives there. He lives there, somewhere nestled in the highlands of the Rockies. And D2Ski and AppLovin's going to be there. Go and talk to him in person. And if Bar says he doesn't have room, you should just beg, borrow, and steal your way in. That's my advice.
I agree.
Okay. Did you see? Now this happened a little earlier, but I don't know if everybody saw it. Everybody was kind of asleep, I think, toward the end of December. This is the Honest Company. The Honest Company, begun by Jessica Alba, who I will forever remember as the lead character in Dark Angel. Do you remember that? Do you remember that show?
No, she wasn't Dark Angel for me. She was she's Fantastic Four for my generation.
Fantastic Four. Exactly. She's Fantastic Four. Incredible actress, great company. The Honest Company will halt product sales through its website on December 28th and shutter its mobile app. Nobody likes to hear that. The retailer announced in an email to customers on Tuesday, I forget which Tuesday this was, all products ordered starting on November 24th will be considered final sale. The company will sell its products through other retailers, including Walmart, Target, Amazon, Kroger, H-E-B. Its brand site will serve as a hub where shoppers locate retailers where merchandise is sold and will be a place to find product advice and inspiration. A little sad. Nobody likes
Yeah.
to see that. I think for me, maybe this is just my not having operated in a company of this size that has
Yeah.
such a large product offering and so many categories. I still just remember like the skincare products and the diapers. The diapers is really what I remember.
Yeah.
But haltering sales, shuttering the app. Nobody likes to see this. What's your thoughts? I don't think this would even go through my head necessarily as a great first move. Oh, we're struggling on profits. Let's shutter D2C sales.
Yeah. I mean, Honest Tea should have taken the Skims approach and had Jessica Alba be the forefront of the brand so aggressively, similar to the way Kim Kardashian is doing it. And then you have Jessica Alba basically recruit her celebrity friends, the same exact playbook that Kim Kardashian is doing, to be involved with Skims. You have this playbook that is clearly working, where you leverage the low CPCs of a celebrity profile, and they just didn't do it. I didn't even know that she was really involved with the company. Like,
That's a good point. It's a good point. I remember when it debuted originally, she's out there in front. She's there
Exactly.
all the time. It's like Honest Company, Jessica Alba, Honest Company. I see it all the time. But
Yeah.
here as of late, where I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her in with any involvement in Honest. Maybe, I'm sure she's got plenty of projects and things working on. But like you're saying, going with the macro influencer celebrity playbook probably would have been a lot more help. And in terms of at least cheap CPMs, free sales, reminder I exist, reminder you want to be beautiful and healthy like me, take care of your children with great products that aren't going to harm their health and things. That would have been great for them. Why do you think they didn't do that? Too early?
Know. It could be founders fatigue. And so just like you said, she came out so hot for those first couple, years. And it was just, that's everything she's doing. But I think it has to be the core ethos of who you are. You have to live and breathe it. And I think is how I would put it is Kim Kardashian lives and breathes Skims.
Yeah. That's
like
a good point.
they are so synonymous where you could not pull those two apart. And I think her influence into that brand is so ubiquitous where you have to have that level of commitment and connection to the brand. Then you get the rewards of those lower CPCs. You get that really incredible cult-like following. Like you get everyone's fiance, including mine, spending thousands of dollars on underwear and anything that Kim Kardashian puts out. And my wallet is in pain all the time. So that's what you have to do. I just don't think she wanted to take it to that level.
Well, I think we should give her some place and space. Founders get tired too. I'm sure she's pulled in all kind of different directions. You were pouring some real hate her way, and I have to rebuke you for that, kind of back you up for that.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Colin, we are at the top of the hour. I know you've got a number of things to do. Do you got a little more time with us, or do you need to go?
Let's keep riding.
Let's keep riding. Okay.
Cowboy.
What I find, thank you for that. Let's turn next to what's next for D2C. This was put out by Retail Brew. Essentially, they brought in an expert. Syed is his name. I forget where he comes from. He's the founder of an agency, I believe, and I can't remember right now, but he said this. I think he has some really good points. Status of D2C, what's next for 2026, especially in view of our bold predictions. It is bold prediction season. He says this, number one, return to the retailer. 7 years ago, when Syed first got into the e-commerce business, the dream was to cut out the middleman and go D2C. I think this is the thing that I love about what we do so much is it's kind of It's a stick it to the man. Cut out the middleman. I'm going to go direct. I'm going direct to the customer. You buy from me. Let's get your margin out of there. I keep it for myself. But he makes some good points here. Essentially, what's happened is that the ad platforms have become the middleman. Meta, Google, Amazon, who we're thankful for. We are thankful for them. If they didn't exist, nobody would make any money. So we're thankful for them. Ended up becoming the new middleman. Meta's most recent earnings show that average price per ad across Instagram and Facebook went up 9% year over year. Now, this to me was a little shocking because I thought it was a lot more. I thought it was a lot more.
Yeah.
The ad accounts that I've been in don't show just a 9% increase. It's the, it is what it is. Ad costs are going up for everyone. Each brand that got into the e-com train, they were willing to sacrifice more and more of that margin to the ad platforms to be able to acquire the customer. And in theory, you always just regress to that point of break even. And that's where a lot of brands that I work with these days are at. They're struggling to make money happen from a purely direct to consumer through Facebook ads type of play. So his point here is that they're going back to the retailers. They're going back to in-store. They're going back to IRL. Is this something that you've been seeing on your side, Colin?
For sure. Plus, you can control that experience a ton as well. Like if you have that ability to control that retail experience, that endpoint, and make it a really amazing experience for the customer, like he is saying, Meta, Google, and Amazon are only getting more expensive. If you can establish those retail relationships, you also have potentially, if the product's great, this predictability aspect for when the product's going to sell through. Okay, then we can give the retailer some more. You have this kind of cycle that you go into with retail that's a lot more predictable. It's a little bit slower pace. It's not as crazy. We're not dealing with Q4 CPMs, that kind of stuff, where it's so expensive. And I think it's only going to get more expensive to advertise on these platforms.
It seems like everything's expensive and everything's tricky. My retail is not my expertise, but the people that I do know who it is their expertise, they often say, hey, it's tricky. There's a lot of bylines in those contracts. You may have to eat a bunch of product when it comes back. And, I think there's a lot of nuances there, but this seems to be, hey, if my ads aren't working, if this is not working for me, then yeah, I would think about going retail too. Let's go to the next one. He also says this, I have been on this like white on rice.
Same.
I have been pushing, and Syed pushes it here, organic first for smaller D2C brands. The advice Syed offered was to stay organic. And it wasn't food he was referring to. It's easiest to start organic on one channel and just do the best job that they can there, and then diversify after that, add traction. He also then goes on to talk about being live and having IRL in real life experiences. I think the thing that stands out to me is when it comes to being organic first, that's easy to say, hard to do. Okay. It's going viral is not so easy. It's easy to say, not so easy to become somebody who consistently pushes views to the audience you want to reach simply because you have become an incredible content maker. That takes a lot of work. We're not all Orange John, but I think we'd like to become Orange John. It's a tough task, but I've been pushing the same thing. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think tough task is an understatement because of the type of commitment that you have to be really good on organic consistently.
Huge.
That is the key to this entire thing. Is you can make 5 great videos. Cool. Can you make 5 great videos every day or 6 days a week? And maybe you take Sunday off. Oh, by the way, I hope you don't get sick because you're the one making the content.
Don't get
sick. Do you want to hire somebody? Oh, I hope you don't take a vacation because then organic goes out the window. Like there's this machine that you have to build with organic that is so hard. And I think Isaac at Mini Katana has nailed this, and he has actually built this out properly for organic because he couldn't sell katanas on Facebook ads.
Right.
He had to do organic. And so what he's done is built this, it's a team, an incredible team of organic content crushers. But don't get me wrong, it's basically also like buying media. Like you have to pay for those guys. And so the CPCs have to work, the CPMs have to work. And so it's all hard work. None of this is a free lunch. So
I think the biggest opportunity in my mind, of course, we all want to be Isaac. I think that's like a great way to summarize that. Be Isaac.
yeah.
Be Oren. If we can do that and try, push, get better.
Yeah.
Take cut 30. Take cut 30 like I did. That's great. In addition to that, I think live, everybody's got to be live. You can take that down, Carson. Live is, to me, such a huge opportunity, especially as AI proliferates more and more. Some people, they push back on that. I don't want the slop. Well, it's not going to be slop forever. Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's not slop right now. Going live, being able to interact, talk with the person. Yeah, it's
Huge.
a little awkward. You got to learn how to do it. But the good news is that right now, everybody's at the same disadvantage in that nobody's been doing this for several years yet. There isn't a gold standard course that we all can take. I mean, if there is, please let me know. Send it to me because I want to take it. I think, especially with people getting their jobs displaced, with layoffs happening, with ad costs going up, you got to push all those chips in and go all in on AI. You have an interesting lighting situation going.
Oh, I know. It's brutal. I'm going to change super quick. The sun is just killing me.
I just noticed that. I just noticed
the sun was just
get out of here, son.
Knocking me in the head.
That's that North Carolina sun.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Speaking of AI, is it okay if we just watch Dollar Shave Club's entirely AI made commercial?
Let's do this. I've seen this.
Okay. You've seen this? Okay.
Yeah,
Let's play
let's
it for
do it
everybody
again.
who hasn't seen it. Let's see it.
Okay, everybody, listen up. We have a problem. Dollar Shave Club just created their best razor ever at a ridiculously low price. We have to find a way to cut costs.
Maybe we can outsource manufacturing?
Not bad. Yes, briefly.
What if we spend less on traditional advertising and focus more on social media?
Somebody just poked me.
Well, we can always sell the private jet.
And what, walk?
Maybe we should replace the koi with regular fish.
That's disgusting, Karen.
Maybe we should lose the elevator music DJ.
Party pooper.
I say we should cut the farm to table milk.
A bit radical, don't you think?
Should we stop the animal testing?
Worst idea of the day, Stephanie.
Do we really need life-size birthday cakes?
Of course we do.
Should we get rid of the Larry clones?
Terrible idea.
Stop feeding the plants? Are you insane?
Dr. Shavington, what are you thinking?
Let's use crayons instead of blades.
You know what? Why don't we just replace everybody with AI? Guys? Why is everyone so quiet?
Okay, here's what I love about this. What I love about this is the fact that it's tongue in cheek. It's tongue in cheek. You can move this away, Carson. It's tongue in cheek. Everybody they're making fun of themselves. And, when Coca-Cola put out the AI commercial a few months ago, everybody's upset, the hubbub, other soda manufacturers are making commercials that look like AI slop and are making fun of that. But here, they've really taken it on the nose and they've made this thing that pokes fun at themselves and is also funny to watch. And not only do I think they probably saved, at least $40,000 in production is what I would guess, but they've produced something that makes me laugh, fits their brand. Everybody knows the original Dollar Shave Club commercial. To me, I love this use of AI. I think that probably at some point this year, I think it's going to be hard to tell when commercials are entirely made by AI. But I loved this. I love this. What's your take?
I loved it. I'm waiting for that moment that you just talked about where I think right now the voice is not quite
It's
there.
not quite there. It's not.
It's like a couple deltas off.
Yeah.
And same with the toning and lighting on the scenes. Once they nail that, I think it's just green light, go crazy with it. I love the fact that something like this allows you to be so creative. They had a full monkey in there. They also had a shave costume guy in there. They also had multiple clones.
The clones were my favorite part. The Larry clones were my favorite
They had a
part.
Venus flytrap. Like all of that, if you were to do practical effects, would have cost so much money. But for them to just roll this out and just say, we're at the limit for how creative we can be as a company, that's pretty awesome.
I think for marketers now, if I was looking at this and talking to myself and coaching up myself or coaching up producer Carson here, what I would say is that the best bet for you is to make one of these two tracks your everything and go completely all in on them. What tracks are those? Number one, going live.
Yep.
Going live, honing your craft, being the best at that is going to make you so valuable this year to anyone who wants to hire you. Oh, yeah, you can do ad buying. There's a lot of those people. Oh, you can do email marketing. There's a lot of those people. You can do copywriting. I got ChatGPT. Don't need you. Oh, you can do all of that and go live. You can be on camera talent live selling my thing. Oh, you already do that. You do that. You do that on your nights and weekends. Can I see your videos? Would you mind if I know what your sales are? Instant hire. That kind of person, and eventually you become good enough, you become unhireable because you're making so much money selling on TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
That is a track. That is a direction. What's this other direction? Going completely all in on AI, everything creative, or AI, mostly creative. These commercials, we can tell. The audio, there's just something about it. You can just kind of feel, yeah, it's AI. We actually wanted you to know it's AI. But pretty soon, I think that's gone. And if you can tell brands, if you can tell agencies, hey, that $40,000, $50,000 production cost that your client is gonna go all in on, you can tell a brand, hey, that $40,000, $50,000 you're going to spend to produce a commercial, give me 10, give me 5, give me 3. I'm going to give you something of the exact same quality. We're going to get it faster. And guess what?
Yeah.
We can test multiple versions.
I was about to say that.
Give me your money. Give me your money. And people say, yes, take my money. If I would go all in on either of these routes and become a billionaire by 2027.
There you go. I think you hit it right on the tail end of that. Testing multiple variations of the ad to see what actually lands while you're flying the plane is crazy. Like you can actually build out and build the best version of this ad so easily because you can iterate on the ad so much easier. So it's really incredible what the potential is here for really incredible content.
One of two routes. Okay. Last couple stories of the day. Actually, we got a few more. Is the phone dead?
No.
Is the iPhone dead? Is the Android dead? You saw this?
Yeah.
There are some who would say the phone is dead. This is a report out of TechCrunch a few days ago. We're not going to be using iPhones in 10 years. I kind of don't think we'll be using them in 5 years. This is Callahan. He's a VC, very successful VC. Or let's say something different that's a little safer. We're going to be using them in very different ways. His argument is simple. Our phones are lousy at being the interface between humans and intelligence. The way we take them out right now to send a text to confirm this or send you some message or write an email, that's super inefficient. Not a great interface. He explains they're prone to error, prone to disruption. of our normal lives. He's investing in anything that provides you an alternate route for interacting with technology, even if the thing itself right now is a bit vague. What's going to be the ultimate use? Is there going to be great product market fit? Not sure, but he's investing in all these different routes, and the specific product that this article is talking about is Sandbar, a hardware device that Callahan describes as a thought companion. It's the ring. It's the ring on that picture. Can you go back to that picture, Carson?
This is sweet.
The thought companion, or in more mundane terms, a voice-activated ring worn on the index finger. Its singular purpose, capturing and organizing your thoughts through voice notes. It's not trying to be another humane AI pin or compete with Aura's health tracking. It does one thing really well, but the one thing is a fundamental human behavioral need that is missing from technology today. Colin, having heard that, is the iPhone dead? Is the phone dead?
No shot. But this thing is really cool. This is awesome. I do this myself all the time.
You do?
I do this all the time. I use an app called Super Whisper. If you want to check that out.
Super Whisper.
So it's basically this, except it's a hotkey for your desktop, and you just talk everything out, and then it immediately takes it as a voice note.
Okay.
It's absolutely incredible. This has changed and revolutionized my workflow the past 3 months.
Really?
I am so much more efficient. It is crazy. So I am super bullish on this. If this integrates properly with everything else, and then basically has the functionality to, really move through multiple actions that I need it to take, not just voice notes. I think that's a crazy thing. The voice note thing is cool. I already do that. I think there's already functionality out there, but I want something where it's like triggering actions to take multiple steps and kind of build things out.
I find that interesting. Super Whisper sounds like Whisper Flow or whatever the other
That's
Whisper
what it is. Yeah, it's another one.
It's the same thing. No, they're different things.
Two different companies
Okay.
that are named extremely similar.
Two different things, but similar things.
Yeah.
I am a hard no. I'm a hard no on this replacing the phone. Hard no.
Yeah, that's true.
Hard no. And the reason that I am a hard no is that one still has to go back to a screen to interact with it. I still gotta go back to my phone or my laptop or my whatever. And here's my question. How do I interact with an ad on that thing? I cannot. Everything is an ad network. Like our friend, who's our friend that always says that? I can't remember his name right now. Everything's an ad network. If I can't interact with an ad on that, I'm not sure how much ultimate money is going behind that thing. I still got to go back to a phone to get my notes, to interact with it. That's where I can see ads, is on my phone. Yeah. I will also say this. I do think Callahan, his thesis here for funding additional ways for us to interact with technology is totally right. I'm not down on the ring. When I see it, I think of that meme and that song's, "Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear." That's what I think of.
Nice.
When I see that. I do think his thesis, though, is correct, but I think it's the wrong product. I think the potential iPhone, not just iPhone killer, but the potential phone killer is Mark Zuckerberg's glasses. That 100%. I think has total potential to actually kill the phone. Why? Because it's a screen that's resting on my face in a comfortable way, and I can still see ads. I can see ads. I can buy things. People can pay to occupy that space that has now been brought 3 centimeters from my eyeballs. This to me is the ultimate. It's the potential ultimate replacement for what is now our phone. I see that as a much more likely candidate, but I do think his thesis is correct to fund things for how we can better communicate with and interact with technology. I just don't think it's the Ring. I don't think it's the Ring.
Yeah.
But I do think it's interesting. Did I hurt
sure.
your feelings, Colin?
No, I completely agree with you on that. I think the glasses are that next evolution
I think so.
because of everything you just mentioned. And on top of the fact that you can talk to the glasses just like you can talk to this Ring. So,
Exactly.
and you don't have to do this. You don't have to do.
Yeah,
It's on your face.
That's true. So, I would like to say about Mark Zuckerberg's glasses. I would like to say this.
That's so sick.
They're sick. They're sick.
Hell yeah.
They're
Nice.
totally sick. They are. And you know what it makes me want to do? It makes me want to do this.
I got something that'll get the people on the floor.
Dance. Because money's going up. I'm not just buying ads on phones. I'm buying ads on glasses. Boats, cars, Lambos. We're going to Monaco. We're going to see F1. We're talking about Middle Eastern oil money.
Yes.
We're talking about West Texas oil money.
Landman
money. That's what we're talking about. Okay.
I love it. That was a good vibe.
ROAS through the roof. That's
ROAS
what we're
through the
talking
roof.
about.
I think that's my last story before I leave you guys.
Okay. We're glad you came, Colin. Thank you. Let's have our live. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Colin. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you. See you, man. Okay, two more stories. And then maybe we'll wrap. Maybe we'll keep going. We're going to keep going till Carson leaves. How about that? Our next story, investors predict. Ooh, dark and ominous image. Investors predict AI is coming for labor in 2026. Concerns, this comes from TechCrunch, concerns about how AI will affect workers continue to rise in lockstep with the pace of advancements and new products promising automation and efficiency. Evidence suggests that fear is warranted. A November MIT study found an estimated 11.7% of jobs could already be automated using AI. Surveys have shown employers are already eliminating entry-level jobs. We've seen these studies. We've seen them. Because of the technology, companies are also already pointing to AI as the reason for layoffs. Okay. Let's read a little more here. Jason Mendel. Go to our next one. Maybe you don't have it. Do you have it? You don't have it. Okay, go back. I'll read it. Jason Mendel, a venture investor at Battery Ventures, added that AI will start to surpass just being a tool to make existing workers more efficient in 2026. 2026 will be the year of agents as software expands from making humans more productive to automating work itself, delivering on the human labor displacement value proposition in some areas. Okay, what's all that mean? That means that AI is coming for some of our jobs. It's obvious. I don't think that we can argue with that. Now, I'm not a doomer. I'm not doom and gloom. Okay. I think there's going to be plenty of work for everybody, but it may look a lot different. It may look a lot different than it did last year. It may look different than it did last month. I think the predictions here, we can generally say probably true. AI is coming for our jobs. Dear marketer, dear founder, wherever you are on the totem pole, especially if you're at the bottom, okay, this is not the time for fear. It's not the time to lay awake at night and, well, I'm doing prayer hands right now. You should pray. But it's not the time to lay awake at night and let the anxiety eat away at you. What it should do is propel you. The tools that are available, we got to become experts of them. Don't get left behind. Don't do it. If you're on X seeing this right now, Jesse from the fire team said this today, actually, I think. You're ahead of the curve, man. If you're seeing this, if you're listening to this, you're ahead of the curve. There's a lot of people who aren't aware, who aren't on the pulse, don't have their fingers on the pulse of what's happening online in our industry, in other industries. But here's what I would say. You got to take the opportunity. Learn the tools. I know there's a ton. There's Google with its image generation. There's chat. There's Manus. There's so many things that are available to us. You got to get into them. You got to get into them. You got to use them. And here's what I would say is build a strategic advantage for yourself in the marketplace that others do not have. Like what, Chris? Like going live. I got a playbook for it. I know how to do it. I've sold this much, blah, 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 blah. Being able to say that instead of spending 3 nights a week watching your favorite Netflix show, instead of spending 4 nights a week doing this guy. Take a few of those off and get on TikTok Live. Go buy an account that's got 1,000 followers. Figure out how to get in there. Go live. Start working in your free time on these tools that will allow you to make incredible things. I myself have been super impressed. I've been using Higgsfield.ai. It's one of the many tools, and it brings a lot of them together as far as video creation, image manipulation, all the things. There's so many that you could use. You got to start building your own case studies now, because there are going to be people who are going to be left behind. You don't want to be one of those. Are there going to be other jobs? Of course there are. Do you want to go into another industry? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. There's going to be a lot of money to be made, but the opening positions, they're going away. There's not as many. I've talked to a number of college students who recently graduated. It's slim pickings out there. If you're changing industries now and you've gotten into D2C here recently, you want to have a strong future. You've got to equip yourself. Equip yourself with the tools, because a lot of these jobs are going to get automated. It's just a fact. It doesn't mean that you don't have a future, though. You do. You just got to make it happen. And you, Carson, you got to make it happen. You want to talk? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Carson. Get on here and talk. Everybody meet producer Carson.
How's it going? I think, you're talking about entry-level jobs going away. It's really scary. Have you seen N8N?
Yes, I have.
It's Zapier supercharged with AI.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've been using it for my own venture.
Yeah.
And what's really scary is I think there's, we're talking about a lot of even entry-level jobs in marketing.
Carson, we can't see you now. Can we see you?
If you want to see me.
Let's see you. You're here. Everyone meet producer Carson. Can you, it's okay. If your camera can't turn on, it's okay.
It might not be able to.
Maybe it's not going to be able to.
But basically, with that, I mean, you can have someone answer your emails for you.
Yeah.
I mean, like the administrative role for small businesses. And I think that's one of those things. When you're trying to bring on headcount, you're trying to bring on more roles. That's kind of one less role you can eliminate. That's $50,000 to $80,000 a year that you can eliminate. And if you're a small business owner, that's huge.
Yeah, exactly.
Just by implementing these not that difficult things. It's like N8N's no code.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a computer science major.
It's time to equip thyself. Don't get left behind. You need to become a multi-tool player. If you've ever watched baseball, you'll hear them talk about, so-and-so is a 5-tool player. That just means he can do a lot of things really well. You don't need to be the world's greatest at one thing. Kudos if you are. You're basically always going to have a job if you are. And maybe you don't need a job if you are, because you got your own business. But if you can do a number of things really well, better than most, you're going to be a valuable person. There's always going to be a place for you.
Better to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, better be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
that's going to be a valuable human being. Have taste, like Rabah said. And Oren John assures us one can develop taste. That's good. Okay, next story. And maybe our last one for the day. 2025, Shopify's best year, huh? Modern retail. Hey, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in for Shopify. Yeah. Harley, Toby. Too much? Too loud? Harley and Toby, good on you. Shopify's best year yet. This is coming from Modern Retail. They say Shopify is ending 2025 in a far stronger position than it was just a few years ago. The Canadian e-commerce company stock surpassed its 2021 peak. Can you show that? Do you have that image? I love the stock image. Look at that. Look at that. Up and to the right, baby. Surpassed its 2021 peak and made a new high at the end of October. It has signed a wave of larger brands. Everybody loves that, including Estee Lauder, Barnes & Noble, and I never know if it's ELF or ELF Beauty. I want to say ELF.
I don't know either.
I think it's ELF. Please forgive me. Okay, if you work there or if you use their products all the time and you're offended, please don't be offended. ELF Beauty, let's go ELF. And its recent partnership with OpenAI opens the door for merchants to sell directly within ChatGPT as Shopify seeks to position its e-commerce technology as essential infrastructure for the agentic AI era. I think it has. That's my take, is that it has. Its ease, especially reviewing everything that they've done in the Shopify Winter 26 editions. Just reviewing that, you can see, and this thing's ready to run. I'm here for the AI era. Shopify is. And it's not just for the rebels, which Shopify has always done. And it's why I love them so much. As we're here navigating the wild west of e-commerce, I feel like we're in the Star Wars movie and Shopify is arming the rebels, man. That's why I love them so much. And I love what they do. They make it so easy to do it also. But they're not just for the rebels. They're not just for the little guys. Actually, they can serve all the big boys too. Everybody who's got dollars flowing out of every which way. And they've been doing that. Shopify reported nearly $92 billion in gross merchandise volume in the third quarter, up 32% year over year. It was the company's 9th consecutive quarter of 20% or more growth. Fantastic. Shopify has also reported positive operating income for 9 quarters in a row. Over the recent Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend, Shopify merchants generated a record-breaking $14.6 billion in sales, a 27% increase from 2024. I think there's a lot of us that would like to be able to say at the end of the year, yeah, we grew like over 20% every quarter. Pretty good. Pretty happy about that. In the black. Going to take a vacation.
For sure.
Going to go to Cozumel or Monaco. Ha! That's even better. Monaco, baby, for F1. Hang out on the yachts. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. And what they've done for all of us in enabling this. Hey, all the tools, all the players out there, we're grateful for all of them because it allows us to do what we do, which is make money on the internet. You know, there's a lot harder jobs in the world. And I think we're all thankful that Shopify's been doing what it's doing. Let's give them a hand clap. Let's have that. Let's have it up for them. Yeah. Oh, that was a little one. Let's get a little bigger hand clap. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Toby and Harley, we love you. Okay. As we wrap things up here, you know, when I consider the space in total, what's going on in all of e-commerce, there's one player I think that's very unique, and that's Postscript. Postscript's totally unique in the realm of SMS marketing. Why is that, Chris? Why is that? Well, I'm glad you asked. You know, when it comes to SMS tools, players in the game, focus can be an amazing thing. It is for all of us. Marketers, athletes, artists, focus is an amazing thing. And there's only one SMS partner out there whose sole goal is to make SMS your biggest revenue generator. That's PostScript. That's PostScript, baby. I remember talking to Alex Beller. He told me our goal is to make SMS your biggest moneymaker. It's your biggest channel. I said, really, bro? That's a lot. That's a lot. You want to make SMS my number one? He said, that's the goal. That's what we're aiming at. That is pretty bold. Pretty bold. I don't know if they infused him inside of Y Combinator or what happened. I think he's just got the conviction. And this team, boy, they do an incredible job. An incredible job. PostScript's aim is to make SMS your number one revenue channel. Now you're thinking, well, I can use a platform that already does this or that for me, and all my data's there in one place. Don't think that. Don't think that. Focus. Focus is an incredible thing. Don't think that way. When a company focuses on one thing, they out-execute everybody else in the space. If I'm only trying to do one thing, I'm going to beat the guy who's trying to do 10 things because I'm going to get better over time. And guys, PostScript's top of the heap when it comes to SMS. I remember when I first began working with them. This is when I was agency side. I had 3 20-somethings that were sitting in front of me on a Zoom call. And they were advising me, hey, this for that client, this for that client. Think about this. Let's do that. And I'm the wise one here. I know what to do. And then you know what? I just had a little pause. And I humbled myself a little bit. And you know what I realized? PostScript has the data. They know what to do with SMS. I don't. I've got my ideas. I'm leaning on said principles, etc. But PostScript, they've got the plan. They know what works. And so I just decided then and there, you know what? I'm just going to do what they say. I'm just going to do what they say. And then shortly thereafter, I had a top 1%, both qualitatively and quantitatively, account on their entire platform as far as performance is concerned. Well, how did that happen? I just did what they said. So I say all that to say, if you need SMS help, if you want SMS to make you a little more mashugana this year, if ad costs are high and you need to find a place to beg, borrow, and steal, not steal, but you know what I mean. Find a few extra dollars. SMS is the play. You need to go to PostScript. Thank you to our partners at PostScript. Okay, as we wrap the show here, ladies and gentlemen, a few things. Number one, if you're watching this on YouTube, you should subscribe. Number two, if you're watching this on X, you should follow. But even bigger than that, subscribe to the newsletter. Newsletter.ecomcowboy.com. I'm going to have a full wrap of everything that we talked about here on the show today. It's going to be all right there in the newsletter. It's going to have our episode, not the pod, the episode of the show at the top. And the good news is we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central. We're going to cut this 6 ways from Sunday. You'll see all the shorts anywhere and everywhere. We'll quote, tweet, retweet. Remember, you are the media now. What you have to say is important. If you've got something that the entire D2C community needs to hear, we want to hear about it. And we want to promote you. So tag me, message me, DM me. We've got some exciting things coming up this week. Taylor Holiday is going to be in the show. We're going to have Bar from No Commerce and also Boost Coos, his new brand. The guy's revolutionized couscous. Did you know this? No. He's going to be on the show. He's going to be on the show later this week. Actually, I'm going to make some. And I'm going to eat it on the show live. That's going to happen. It's got protein, it's got fiber, all the things. We got a jam-packed week. We will see you tomorrow. Look forward to it. Thanks.